We've got Linda Collins of the Elgin Theater Company directing, also director of the production Love, Loss, and What I Wore, which will be starting this weekend at the Elgin Theater Company. On the line, how have you been, Linda?
I have been great and very excited about the opening night this Friday.
It's been a whole lot of crazy things going on. You were supposed to be on with Matt McNeil during Out to Lunch yesterday. Matt, who we still haven't heard back from him yet. He's somewhere. I think he's
somewhere, all right.
He's somewhere out there. Hopefully.
Wow.
But we're so happy to have you here. We know that the show is actually starting this weekend. And Linda, I'm sorry, let's switch over here. Linda, you are directing this production. My first question is, what drew you to it?
Well, what drew me to it, I think, is just the message of kind of female empowerment. And it's such this has been written by Nora and Delia Ephron, and they are Academy Award nominated gals that have written screenplays for movies like Silkwood and Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, and they are kind of the kings of romantic comedies. So when I heard about Love, Loss, and What I Wore, and the great messages and storytelling that's going on, that the writers of the play are so famous for, I thought this is going to be good.
Now, how long have you been involved with the Elgin Theater Company?
This is almost 17 years for me. I'm on the board of directors, but I have directed over a dozen plays and produced plays, and we've performed all around Elgin. We are the oldest community theater company in the northwest suburbs. This is our 73rd season, and we've been performing kind of all around town. We are an Elgin-based theater, and we've used different venues, the Hemmons Theater at one point in time, the old high school, the Elgin High School building, and we've moved all around, and we were at the Elgin Academy when it was still there, but now we've spent quite a few years at the Elgin Art Showcase, and it's a great group. We do a lot of good work and bring wonderful entertainment to the area.
Now, for folks who may not, as Linda said, based on the play by Nora and Delia Ephron, the play itself is based on a book by Eileen Beckerman, and this is from the website. This tender and witty play weaves together monologues and ensemble pieces to explore the deep connections between clothing and memory, touching on themes like mothers, prom dresses, bras, purses, and the timeless appeal of black clothing. Black clothing. Tell me about that.
Black clothing. You have never heard of the little black dress?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right.
Right? This is a classic piece that every woman has in her closet because you can dress it up and go out on the town. You can even wear it to a funeral. You can wear it to the office. It has so much appeal. But black clothing it can represent many things. It can be something exciting and sexy, or it can be something, that brings back the memory of perhaps a sad moment, the death of a loved one, that kind of thing. But it's also very slimming, Elliot.
Nice.
I have personal experience with that. I do have a few black items that help slim me down a bit.
You talk about emotional attachment. My daughter owns a vintage business, and there are many times when she'll go to vintage sales, and there are people who, they hang on to certain pieces because of the emotion and the memory, and so it's interesting that you brought that up.
Well, I think that all of us, and men are a little bit different. Sorry, Elliot. You guys, if you talk about your past life, you may say something like, oh, I was driving my Camaro back then. You might relate or connect a memory to a car, where women, not always, but very typically will attach an emotional experience to a piece of clothing, like, well, obviously a uniform. Maybe you were a brownie as a little girl, and then as you grew up, maybe your prom dress or certainly your wedding dress has a huge emotional attachment. But I have T-shirts in my drawers that I can't part with, not because they fit, because they don't, but I can't throw them out for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
It just brings back that memory, and that's what Love Lost and What I Wore is about. It's about those things that trigger those particular memories that, again, you just said at that vintage store. That's why people love those old things, is the connection to the past that simple item can bring them to.
I still have my youngest daughter's. I had her her baptism dress sewn and made specially. I still have it hanging in my closet. She's 26 years old.
Oh my goodness! See, now there's that is a memory, and the opening lines to the show are the main character Gingy says that she was sitting with a backache one day, didn't have anything to do, and started thinking about a dress that she wore. So she drew a picture of it because she didn't have it physically anymore, but she didn't want to forget about it or what it meant to her. And so throughout the show, she weaves her life from childhood to adulthood and tells the story of her life through what she wore in those moments. And I think there are a lot of people who have their baby's christening dress or a pair of booties or, whatever to remind them of those beautiful, beautiful moments or emotional moments in their lives.
I'm curious because this is, again, a number of either monologues or some group scenes. Is there a particular story or a particular bit from this play that really resonates with you?
That resonates with me personally?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm Irish. My heritage, I have immigrant Irish parents grandparents. My dad's first generation Irish, and we have one scene called The Bathrobe, and it resonates with me because of my family's history. She talks about how she lost her mom and had a big family. He had 5 children, and all of a sudden mom is gone. So dad is left with the task of raising the children. And then he remarries a few years later, and mom comes down the stairs wearing a robe that was save for the color, is the exact same color as their mother's robe, like the exact same robe.
Huh.
And so all the children look at their new stepmom wearing something that their mother used to wear. And that resonates with me because when I lost my mom and how I remember the robe that she used to wear, and I can't imagine the trauma that the kids went through seeing someone who's trying to replace their mother. And so that might sound like a weird connection, but every piece in this play is so relatable on different levels. And we do a group piece called What My Mother Said. And as we're growing up, your mother says weird things to you, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to give you advice, like, don't wear that. You look terrible. Or, oh, you look so much better if you lost weight. And that, so sometimes moms can be a little harsh, but they do have your best interests in mind. And but there are some very fun and funny pieces. And this is an interactive show. The way that I've directed it, there's visuals as well as the acting going on the stage. And I think that every story is going to touch someone's heart.
You talk about the fashion. I'm sorry. Well, my title card here is driving me nuts. You talk about the fashion and the different costumes and so on. Were there any particular challenges in putting together the wardrobe, the ensemble? I mean, I'm sure that the play itself had some specific instructions on what's used in each particular scene. Did you find maybe we can do this? Maybe we want to try that instead. How when your team put that together, what kind of challenges did you encounter there?
Interestingly enough, the costuming for this show was very simple because all of the women in the show play multiple roles. And so the way that we've done it is that all of the costumes are just women wearing black, which goes back to your question earlier, Elliot, of the interesting, the appeal of black clothing. But it also makes each of these actresses a changeable person. They can play multiple roles. And how we resolved the fashion issue is there's a video going on. There's a screen on the stage, and whenever we're talking about different pieces of fashion, there are pictures that represent that up on the screen.
Oh, that's a good workaround there. Yeah, there you go.
Right. So rather than have constant costume changing, we have kind of a video or visual aspect to the show, which is actually kind of fun and funny. It adds to the humor, and it definitely saved us a lot of costume changes.
I have the website up, and we see there's a video preview of the play. I see 3 featured actresses on the screen. How many members of the ensemble are in the play?
There are 7, and they're from all over. I have an actress that lives in Chicago, Round Lake Beach. There's South Elgin. We have representation from a lot of different areas, and but like I said, the cast is 7 people, and is it okay if I mention their names?
Absolutely.
Please, absolutely, yes.
Okay, well, we have one character whose name is Gingy, and she is kind of the main character who weaves her story in and out of the other monologues that happen around her. And Gingy is being played by Karen Groyle. And then I have actress Kathy Campbell, who's playing Rosie and Nancy's mom and Gingy's mom and a doctor. And then I've got Kelsey Jane Murray, who's playing Geraldine, Nora, Mary, and Amanda. Linda Wyndham, she's an Elgin girl. She's Lynn, Heather, Holly, and Alex's mother. Kim Green from South Elgin, she plays Pam, Kathy, Eve, Dora's mom, and Mary's mom. And then I have Tabitha Bushlakis. She's from Round Lake Beach. She's Lisa, a younger sister, Meryl, and Alex. And then Ira Gerard Di Benedetto. She's from South Elgin also. She's playing Nancy, Stephanie, Annie, and an older sister. So as you heard, each girl plays multiple roles, offers different voices to each of these characters. It's certainly a challenge to all of these very talented women to change it up and be a different character every time.
The show starts this Friday, November 14th. We've got performances scheduled for the 14th, 15th, 16th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Friday and Saturday performances start at 7:30 p.m. Sunday performances start at 2. This is at the Elgin Art Showcase at 164 Division Street, 8th floor in Elgin. All tickets are general admission. And again, this is the Elgin Theater Company, as Linda's already explained, lots of wonderfully talented local folks who are putting on these shows. And, again, I think people should appreciate that the city of Elgin is able to source really world-class talent, whether it's the symphony or the theater companies or the many artists around the area that have showcased their talents in different ways. One more time, Linda, give me your elevator pitch. Why should we see Love, Loss, and What I Wore this weekend?
You should come. I would encourage the ladies to grab a group of girls. You know, we got the holidays coming up. And so the ladies in particular are going to be all stressed out. And this is an opportunity for all of the women to grab their girlfriends, come and relax and laugh your head off and maybe cry a little bit, but mostly laugh and enjoy the evening, because this is something that women need. They need their moment of empowerment and to enjoy their lives, because women are underestimated in everything they do. So we want to reach out to the girls and give them an opportunity to just get away from it all and have a fun evening.
That sounds like a fun evening. Folks, we have been talking to Linda Collins, who's directing the production of Love, Loss, and What I Wore at the Elgin Theater Company. Shows start this coming weekend, this Friday. Tickets are available if you go to elgin-theater.org. You can find more information on the show and get a little preview of what the production can be like. Linda, thank you so much for being with us. And again, apologies for the things, little mix-ups here and there, but I want to, as they say in the theater biz, break a leg.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that you rescheduled me for this morning, and I hope your listeners are excited, are as excited as I am about the show coming up, and I hope they come and see us. I'll really love it.
Absolutely. Again, this is starting this weekend. Performances this weekend, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Friday and Saturday performance are at 7:30, Sunday at 2. If you want to catch that matinee, you can do that on a Sunday. This is at the Elgin Art Showcase at 164 Division Street. Here at Elgin, go to elgintheater.org for information and tickets. We've been speaking with Linda Collins, director of Love, Loss, and What I Wore. Thank you so much, Linda. Have a great day.
Thanks, Linda.
You too, Elliot. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. That's, again, I don't think people give the theater and art scene enough credit. We had the photographer, AJ from his photography studio in on Monday. Again,
crazy good art.
There's a lot of great talent here in Elgin, a lot of great productions. Don't sleep on it, folks. You are going to see some incredibly talented, talented people, great productions that you're going to see them, go on the other, whether they always stay here or they go on the other great things. I strongly encourage you to check that out.